welcome to Ask Moms podcast. Do you want me to open, Kim?
Sure. Say exactly what you just said, because that was good. That was perfect.
But I can't remember what I did.
This is our first off the cuff.
Yes. So, welcome to Ask Moms.
Unplugged.
Unplugged. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're celebrating the fact that, holy smokes, 1,000 people.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, 1,000 people listen to us. It's actually over 1,000 people now. Did you know that?
Thank you, people.
Thank you
From
so
the
much.
Bottom of our hearts.
So we have just finished recording another episode, Kids' Fears, I think.
Yeah.
But we have some time left. So we thought, hey, we're going to record something off the cuff. And we're going to kind of reflect back on the 10 episodes that are already out there.
Yeah.
So let's start.
Okay.
So the first one was, who do you ask?
Mm-hmm.
So what was our message with that?
Well, one big takeaway I got was don't be so hard on yourself, because all these other moms you're looking at and that you know, and they have it all put together and they're perfect.
Oh, we think they have it all put together.
Exactly. They're not.
That's what you just said before.
Yeah, there's
Like,
no way.
No.
Nobody's perfect.
No.
Right? And so they're struggling with something too. You just can't see it because it's that whole grass is always greener thing on the other side, right?
Right. So we were talking about who do you ask, and we spoke about groups,
Yeah.
like mom groups,
Yeah.
which, if you remember, was not a big thing for me. But
Yeah.
but it turned out really good because I met other people like me. Yeah. So, and then I had, we have people that are really good at raising kids, that some, maybe not everything. You might not like everything they do. But so basically the whole pretense was, don't be shy to ask people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be hard on yourself. Mm-hmm. Because even if they look, like Kim says, even if they look like they have it all together, no.
No, they're struggling with something too.
We're 60-something, and I think we have enough experience to say no.
Well, and the thing is too, one thing I took away from that is have each other's backs, right?
Yes.
Do not just do the whole girl power thing. Help each other.
You know what? That's such a good point, because what a waste of energy. Really?
Yeah.
If you have young kids and you're jumping from one thing to the other and whatever, there's a challenge to get them in the whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do you really need that added negativity?
Mm-mm.
Or to think about, what is that person thinking of me?
That's right.
Who the hell cares?
Right. Exactly.
Who cares?
And oh, my hair looks horrible today, and look at they're judging me and looking at how horrible my hair is and everything.
Yeah.
No, have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Really.
If you're in your 30s, we could still be your moms. Well, I could for sure. Kim would be young, but in our 30s, so to us, you're still kids.
Yeah.
Right? So you can send us an email
Mm-hmm.
or listen to the podcast again. It's the first one. And by the way, we were horrible. Well, I thought I was horrible.
We were very scripted.
Oh, yeah.
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 And so nervous.
I know.
So nervous. It was
But
funny.
you know what? I found the first one we did, so we did a practice run.
Yeah.
And then we did the one that we actually put on
Yeah.
air.
Yeah.
I kind of liked the first one first.
Yeah, because we were not as scripted.
Yeah.
And then
we didn't know what we
no.
were doing. We didn't care.
That's right. We were just talking. And then when we found we should write some things down, then
Yeah.
it was like, oh, okay.
We just wanted to help people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that was number one. That
Yes.
was, who do you ask?
Mm-hmm.
So even though it was a little rough around the edges, I think we still had some good info in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Motivating kids
That
to
was
try new
episode
things.
2.
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah. So what were some of the key takeaways from this one?
my favorite part.
Yes, it's my favorite too.
Is it?
Yeah.
So my favorite part of episode 2, motivating kids, we can talk a little bit more about that, but my favorite part was, I remember coaching, and even with my son. So, when the kids are out there, it doesn't matter what sport or in the arts or whatever, if they feel like they've failed or somebody's picking on them and they're just standing all by themselves, whether you're their mother, father, aunt, grandparent, friend,
Coach.
if you see them, or even if it's a kid you don't really know that well, just go and stand beside them. You don't even really have to say anything. Just stand beside them and kind of lean in, give them a little nudge, like just, physically saying it's okay. You're okay, right?
Another really good part of that one was letting kids know that it's okay to like certain things and to not like certain things.
Yeah.
Because some of these activities are just not going to click with you, right? You can do your best, but you're never going to make,
Yeah. If you're a dad and you're a hockey star, your kid might not. He might choose the theater.
Right.
Sorry, Dad, but
yeah,
we got to encourage them.
Absolutely. And it's so cool when the dads do embrace that and are right along with them. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're missing some other key points on this little overview, but I really like that episode, motivating kids.
Yeah.
To try new things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
And it gives them the confidence and just having the choices.
Yeah.
And it teaches them responsibility.
I remember. So we know our children, so we can observe, he's playing with cars or he's, watching music videos. So we can kind of get a sense of their interests that they might not even know yet.
That's right.
That was another favorite part. So we can introduce them to things that they might not have even thought of.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
And if they don't want to do it, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
But, we were talking about my son with piano. He did not want to play it. And now music is everything to him. So.
But you were steering him the right way because you saw leaning towards the whole music.
Yeah. And it didn't help you emotionally, but for me, when I was a kid playing piano, that was an outlet for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I like that part too. So
see what works for your kids too. Just pay attention.
Yeah. I like that episode. I kind of like them all because it was fun.
Yeah.
But the messages, right? So number 4, Dr. Tina. So I was looking at the rankings, right? Because I'm just curious. And when I'm trying, and so Dr. Tina's episode was episode number 4, and she has surpassed, I think she's 3rd in the ranking.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
We have so many more questions for Dr. Tina, too.
And she's coming back. She's going to talk about menopause.
She really helps
Yeah.
allay these fears because we all have them. And seriously, if you guys have some good questions, please send them in.
Yeah, because we can, we can develop a podcast. Well, actually, menopause was Abby. So, Abby, if you're listening, in a few weeks, you'll hear the menopause episode. What we do is we pre-record, and I think we have 2 in the bucket ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then, So Dr. Tina, she had good information, I believe, for mothers that either they're going to have a baby or just after they had a baby.
Yeah.
All the goopy stuff and what happens to your body.
Right.
I know. And she's just so eloquent. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the way she puts things. She's like that for real in person, by the way.
Just showing us that goopiness is just part and parcel with it, and don't be ashamed. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah.
And she really enjoyed it too. She's looking forward to coming back.
I'm so glad.
I know. And then what makes a good person, Kim? That was episode number 5.
Right. So we had all those attributes like empathy, respect, all those, prudence.
Yes.
Prudence, wisdom. That it's a good reminder of what we should be striving towards. And I find myself catching myself and thinking about that episode and, I can do better.
Yeah, or me too.
Yeah.
I can be more patient and it's not only something that we want our children to strive for, these attributes and different ways that I think we talked a little bit about different ways to help them with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about ourselves too. And you're right, Kim. I do catch myself thinking about that episode.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I really need to be
I know. I do the same.
Right now.
And those little ones, actually everybody else watches our behavior too, right?
Yeah.
So that's what kids emulate.
I make mistakes too, but we always talk about to do our best. Anyway, so that's what a good person. So that would be interesting to listen to again.
Yeah.
And I do.
Yeah.
I listen to them and
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Okay, so I'm going to sound like such an old fogey right now. I wear hearing aids because I can't hear. But the beauty of them is they're Bluetooth. So we just got extra data. And I'm listening to all kinds of stuff now that I never did before because I'm walking the dog. I have my phone in my pocket and I'm listening to podcasts.
How cool is that?
I know.
See, embrace it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. So it's different when I take them out. But yeah, I love listening to the listening to the information because, as we said before, we do share our experience, but we also do research, and it's a good reminder of some of the things that we found.
Yeah.
And we go through professionals, right? It's not all artificial intelligence driven information. We make sure that we research and we get information from professionals.
And from our friends.
And from our friends that we like.
That's right.
We like all our friends. I'm just kidding.
That's why they're called friends.
Yes. Yeah. I made Kim laugh. So this is
one of your favorites. Flower power.
Yeah. Good
energy. Boy, oh boy, we sure need that.
I know.
Our chaotic world. We need flower power.
I'm sorry, that sounded like a toot. There was a sound, but it's March break as we're recording this, and behind her wall, which really surprises me, is we're getting sounds from the other room.
That was funny.
That's what that was.
So if you pick that up, we might not edit that out.
Yeah, and it wasn't us.
No. Although this is a good excuse now when it is us.
Yeah, when
right?
it is us. Yeah.
So we're just always going to say
we'll
it's
probably,
not us.
Well, we'll probably just say it was us, whatever. So flower power, Kim.
Flower power.
Talk about the music. You like the music of it, right?
The music. I still listen to the music.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, I was listening to Janis Joplin on the way here.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Janis Joplin.
Yeah. Jimi Hendrix.
Creedence Clearwater.
Mamas and the Papas.
I don't know if they sang about flower power like energy though.
But it was still that era.
Yeah, the Beatles song.
All You Need Is Love.
All You Need Is Love. That was almost the anthem for flower. So yeah, Kim mentioned it's one of my favorites because I kind of lived through that early teens. And I just think it's so important this day and age to just bring that energy back.
Yeah.
I mean, the world is so upside down right now.
Yeah.
And scary for little kids and for us.
Everybody.
Kim's high school be like, us too. But so the flower power movement, that's when people just had enough. And they were putting flowers in the barrels of guns and,
having sit-ins, a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
And also people just really wanted a safe, calm, peaceful way of solving problems.
Yeah. That's like logic. Why are we sending people at this day and age, or that day and age even, to die? Because somebody's arrogant and wants something.
Come to a peaceful agreement.
I know. And if you can't do that, then maybe you shouldn't be leading, a country. Anyway, the flower power. We're bringing flower power back.
Yeah.
And I actually drew, because we had a challenge in flower power to draw a new emblem. So I actually drew one. So I don't know how to post it though, because we're all audio.
I can put it up there. And because what she drew, she's an amazing artist, such an amazing artist. No, she's just being totally bashful, but she is. And she drew a gorgeous emblem. So we're going to put that out there.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
It's kind of a mix of the flower and the peace sign back in the 70s.
And the colors are great.
So if you missed that episode, please check it out and maybe try to live it.
Yeah.
Okay? Live that energy.
Embrace the peace.
Make love, not war. So this will be yours.
Oh, food challenges.
Food challenges.
Right. and we had Matt, our guest. We
Our producer.
So we saw that he was a very rebellious, selective eater as a child.
Self-proclaimed picky eater.
Yes, he's learned, and now that he's cooking himself, he still is. He's working through it.
He's more appreciative
Yes,
than when he was a kid. He realizes all,
what he put
all
his
the
mom
energy,
through.
all the energy his mom put into trying to make
Yeah.
him eat. And you weren't you didn't have that really as a challenge, right?
Not really. A big, huge thing in our household was that we were all involved
You got your son involved really early
really early. Yeah,
because you grew your own vegetable. I mean, until
Yeah.
a deer. Even that was a learning experience.
That's
because
right.
you had to put that little fence around it. I remember.
yes.
Yeah. So my husband's parents always had a garden. I never did, But I think my son, if he was your son and he went through that, he would be that. He has that kind of mind.
Yeah.
Like he would embrace
Oh yeah.
that. For
Your
sure.
son helped me a lot with my garden too,
He did.
with the bug management. He was awesome. And he'd come over and he'd say, "Okay, Auntie, can I help you with the bugs again?" So I gave him his little can. He knew which bugs to knock off the plants.
How do I not know this?
Yeah, we were both just standing there. You feel the warm sun on the back, and we were just talking, knocking the little bugs off into our cans.
Aw, what a
I
good
know.
auntie you are. I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
Aw, nice. So,
Screen
screen
time. Yeah, we went there.
Yeah, we went there.
In a
That's for
positive
sure.
way, though.
Yeah,
We did the positive spin.
yeah. What are some of the key things that we got out of that? So, how you can use screen time as a learning tool.
And limiting the time.
Can you
right?
share that that information that you shared?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Do you
remember
remember?
what it was. It was like from ages 0 to 18 months. They shouldn't be using it at all except for like FaceTime on, on your
They
mom.
want to see
the
their
phones.
mom.
Yeah. And then after that, it was maybe 18 months to 3 years old, an hour a day. Trying to
No, I
back.
think you're right. Like I remember, as you're
Yeah.
mentioning it, the young babies, yes, not at all. But yes, please listen to that episode because you had researched that. I
Yeah.
remember that, and that's really good information to know because I did not know. So we talked
Yeah.
about overstimulation.
I was just going to say that would happen to your son that
yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what happens at a friend's house. And if they're at a
Or at the
sleepover.
sitters.
Yeah, or at the sitters, right.
Yeah.
And if they're spending 24 hours the whole time sitting there in front of a screen playing video games,
Yeah.
eh,
Or even if they're changing. Like even if they're, you can't play video games. Oh, okay, then I'll watch this show. It's still screen time,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, that was a good one.
yeah,
That was a good one.
that's a tough
So
one.
thanks because you did a lot of research on that one.
It's important.
Yeah. And mom time, is it a fantasy?
Right. And it's not. You can get it, even if it's small little bites here and there.
Yeah. There's a Cinderella in all of us,
That's right.
even after we're married and have kids.
That's right.
I think the key thing that stood out to me with the mom time fantasy episode was the guilt.
Yeah.
That you always put yourself last.
Yeah.
That was another thing. So you always put yourself last and you're always doing for others. And then when you do take time for yourself, you're feeling guilty because there's something you could be doing for
Yeah.
your kids or
Yeah.
your spouse or whatever. We just take on a lot as
Yeah.
mothers. We're great multitaskers, but
Mhm.
after a certain point of time, it's really important. I think that's probably one of the main reasons we put that together
Yeah.
is to communicate that it's not only important, it's critical.
It is. It's almost like we put our own personalities and who we are on hold. We still have to remember who we are and what we like. And that also is a good message for your kids, too.
Yeah. So if you're an artist and you're not doing any of your artwork because you've been working so much with the kids or work or your spouse or on the house or blah, 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 and then you don't do any art and you're still an artist.
Yeah.
like, or other creative outlets or things that you love to do or just quiet time. Or
Yeah.
we're kind of all in it together. Well, you can still go off on your own project while they're doing theirs.
Yeah.
The alone time, the I'm being myself time.
The mom time.
I'm not a mom
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
I'm me.
Even just putting a facial mask on your face and
Yeah.
doing your nails.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that. I haven't done that in a long time. That was one thing I used to do because not too far from here, I go to the same place and it's really not a spa-like environment. You know, you just
Yeah.
go in and get your nails done. But they do a really good job and they kind of massage like from the knee down. Like it's just awesome. Just a bit of mom time.
That's all.
And I turn my phone off and I tell people, so this is another thing that drives me crazy about moms, right? So even when we do pamper ourselves or do something for ourselves, we feel that we have to tell them, okay, I'm shutting my phone off. You cannot get me. And then when I do it, I'm wondering, should I turn my phone on and see? And then how many times do you turn it back on and there's something there? Your phone on.
We got to give credit to our partners.
Yeah.
Give them more credit. Like, hey, you got this.
Oh, and we're lucky because ours are supportive, like, right?
Yeah, we really hope everybody has somebody that they can count on like that.
Yeah. For instance, we take turns making coffee in the morning. Like we joke about whose turn it is.
Yeah.
But coffee in the morning is really letting the dog out, feeding the animals. You know, if there's a few dishes in the sink or putting dishes, like it's a
Yeah.
whole routine,
Yeah.
right? But you still need to be by yourself sometime. That's how I feel anyway.
So thank you, all listeners, for helping us with our creative outlets.
Yeah, I know. So last but not least, that's out there right now, all about dads.
Yeah.
So that was very, very touching because we reached out to a dad that we know, and I guess he's probably mid to late 30s. Well, I want to say mid 30s. I don't know. Anyway, he's super guy. He's a big monster of a guy and gentle giant, loves his family. And we just wanted to get Dad's perspective of when moms when women are going to have
Yeah.
a baby, or their wives are going to have a baby, or their partners.
Yeah.
And he gave us some really good feedback, eh, Kim?
Yes. Yes.
So does anything stand out to you?
Becoming a dad it's a huge life change, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
And in a guy's mind, it's not sexist or anything, but in their mind, there's still, I have to support this family, and and my wife's or my partner is going to be with the baby, and they don't know what their role is. Like they want to help, and they don't know how.
Good point.
And the other thing that stood out in my mind is when he mentioned the white knuckle drive to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then the white knuckle drive with this precious gift on the way home.
Yes.
So that is our episodes, a little wrap up of each one. And again, thank you so much for listening to us. And so please, if you haven't listened to any of these and you think they might be of interest, please check them out. And we hope you feel empowered and cared about and listened to.
We care about you.
We care about you.
We're trying to
really
help.
do.
We really are.
We really are.
Doing our best.
Yeah.
We
So
gotcha.
thank you. And just remember, you're not alone. And
You've got
this.
this.